No, it's fine, really. I mean, I guess it was kinda bad this time around. I. mm, I didn't mean to hurt myself like this. Apologies, miss. I just don't have quite the proper control over my magic yet. I swear, the gods cursed me with overbearing strength. I mean, I suppose it isn't too bad, having such strength. You're right, Miss Tilly. I'll just keep on practicing. I've got to learn how to gain control over it all. I'll be strong just like Papa once was. Nothing will be able to beat me once I've got this down. I don't think I'll be able to lose. Yes, yes. I know I've got to master the basics of each first, but hey, at least I have light magic down. But I do need to focus on fire magic since it is my strongest element. Clearly. I just need to know how to manipulate it properly is all. I've just got to practice. You know, Auntie has been ragging at me constantly for getting hurt like this. She says that the bandages are unsightly. I suppose this wasn't her idea of raising a young lady. This place is just so different compared to my old home. When I was still living with Papa, he never forced me to do any of this stuff. And, well, I suppose you're right. It isn't all too bad. It's nice sometimes. The formality and the ladylike things. Although that does remind me, Miss Matilda intends on trapping me later on for another dress fitting. So, I best be off into hiding for a bit before I finally succumb. I shall see you next week for our lesson. Good day, miss. A quick stroll by the lake will do me well, I think. A little stretch didn't hurt anyone. After that lesson, I'm a bit tired. I could just fall asleep here by the edge of the water. Or maybe hidden in a bush if I really wanted to. So no one could find me. But it would be best if I do not. I might sleep for a lot longer than I intend to. There is so much to do in preparation for my debut into society. My feet hurt thinking about all the dance lessons I must take. Well, at least I have the small moment to be alone. Perhaps I shall simply watch the ducks swim by for a little while, and just clear my mind of these things. Maybe take a short walk around the perimeter. Oh, that sounds good to me. What a nice breeze. What? Huh? What was that? Odd. Perhaps some wild animal? Hmm? Hello? Must just be my imagination? Alright then. Suppose I can continue on my walk. What in God's... Huh? What is this? A bag? What in Morena's name is this doing out here? This... What is this emblem? A book? Why, this is like the one's father once had. Why would hello? Ugh, why would anyone answer me anyhow? Tracks. They lead up here. Seems like they were in a hurry by the looks of things. Gods! Hey! Hey! He's out cold. His breathing is so shallow. There's so much blood. Oh, please, please let me be useful for once. All right. Okay. That seems to have healed it. Okay. Gods, what happened to you? All right, let's bring you in quickly. Hang on tight. You're awake. Oh, thank the gods. No, don't get up. No, calm yourself. Settle down. You are safe. I know you must be horribly frightened, but you are okay. I swear it on my name. You are fine. It's okay. You've been unconscious for the past few days. I'm glad you have woken up so soon. The doctor said it would take a long while. I'm truly glad that this isn't the case. Wait, I should go and call the doctor. Get some tests done on you now that you're awake. Don't worry. Like I said, you're in capable hands. Just stay still, all right? Give me one moment. Well, I hope that everything went all right. You seem to be okay. Still rather sickly in color, though. Well, a few more days of bed rest. Good food and some medicine will certainly do you well. Though you will need help getting around. Your legs are not in the best of conditions. How are you feeling, by the way? Other than the physical ailments, now that you've finally awoken. Well, obviously you wouldn't want to be bounding down the hall in glee full of energy now, would you? But I do hope that you are a bit calmer now, perhaps. I know that this must all be strange. I've forgotten. I must introduce myself. Of course. Auntie would have a fit knowing I haven't given a proper introduction to you yet. So, please, pay no heed to my forgetfulness. My name is Eaera Elaysia, the only daughter of Lord Val and Lady Minaea. I welcome you to the ducal estate of Elaysia, owned by the generous Duke Pod, who is my uncle. Perhaps I should explain a little to you. Well, I was off on a small excursion when I found you with little consciousness, bleeding out near the lake on a property. As soon as I saw your state, I rushed you inside. My uncle, saw to it that you were properly taken care of. In fact, it seemed as if my auntie and uncle seemed to possibly recognize you. I would take it that you are of noble origins. I am not quite knowledgeable on the noble houses, and, well, they did not tell me who you were or could be. Well, actually, do you remember who you are? A name, perhaps. Ah, I see. Well, that is fine, though rather unfortunate. Actually, well, I surmise that perhaps you were not from a happy home, or perhaps you were in some sort of danger. Well, it seemed silly, but I deduced it from your bag. Well, while you were asleep, I looked a bit at the contents, and simply based on, well, the random assortment of items, perhaps you had little time to pack, or you were in a rush. You seem to have chosen quite a few personally valuable items instead of essential things for travel. So, if things were not well, I am truly sorry, but do not fret now. You are safe and in capable hands. In fact, I've been watching you for the past few days. Whenever I'm free, I tend to visit you. Well, to check on your state. It worried me a bit. And after all, since I found you, I found it necessary for my own peace of mind that you were doing well. I'm just glad that you are all right. Actually, are you hungry at all? You seem to not have eaten much in a long while. You were so light when I carried you inside, it was hardly any work at all. The doctor said that you may have been malnourished. But it is best if you do not eat too much at once. You'll need to slowly rebuild your strength. A small meal should do, though. Give me one moment. Serenity, could you go to the kitchen for me and ask Wes to make Mama's recipe? Make sure to pick up a light snack for yourself as well, alright? Thank you. No, I'm fine. Huh? No, I'm okay. Yeah, thank you again. Now be off. Well, anyway, back to the conversation at hand. I'm quite curious about something. Well, within the bag. Well, within that bag of yours, you had a few books. They're rather fancy ones. Papa had ones just like it in our old library. Miss Tilly, the governess of this estate, uses one similar to teach me about magic. Tomes of ancient and old, the silly things. I used to hate reading the things, theories and willpower, and, well, now they're a great ally to me. So, I take it that you must study magic as well. I knew it. So then, are you any good at magic? Well, I'm pretty rubbish at the moment, at much of the elements, if I'm to be honest. Well, it's not as if I can't conjure magic at all. It has to do more with control and the manipulation aspect of it. See the bandages? I resonate with fire most of all, and my aptitude for it is simply too strong. I burn myself even when I try my best not to. It's really not much of a brag when you're too powerful with no skills. Don't tease me. Though, I am glad that you even have the energy to do so. Perhaps you're getting better already. Anyway, I just wish I could be a tad weaker. Just so I could, well, it'd be easier to control, I'd suppose. In fact, Miss Tilly warns me that I need to keep my emotions in check. For if I go overboard and let them take over, well, I could probably incinerate the entire estate to ashes if I really willed it. But, that is not a threat. That is just what I might be capable of, is all. I know not to do that, obviously. What do you take me for? I'm not a complete fool. Though, apart from my aptitude for fire, I have much higher skill with light magic. I can heal others properly, I think. Just my connection to the element isn't as strong as all. Well, actually, I healed you when I did find you. Only enough to delay you from stepping through death's door anyhow. You seem to have quite the collection of wounds, including a big one on the back of your head. It looked like you seemed to hit it on something? I don't know. Perhaps a rock? There was a storm the day before, so perhaps you slipped and hurt yourself like that? And, well, also, I suppose in my panic, I did not heal you as properly as I could, so you have a bit of a scar back there. Apologies. I hope it will heal over time. Well, it's not okay, though. I feel rather bad about it. Well, if you really don't mind. But still. Speaking of scars, you must practice a lot? Looking at your hands, I can see the drawback damage on you. Yeah. Your hand, if I may? They are a bit rough like my own. Your hands are a bit dry from constantly practicing earth and fire magic, and this is a scar from a water burn? Well, am I wrong? Well, I'm quite the observant girl. In fact, you must read those books quite a ton as well. You're midway through the blue book, and, well, that's the 3rd volume, and the corners have already been folded in several areas. And you also seem to have a few paper cuts. Though they've healed, they're rather present still. But keeping that in mind, do be more careful when you're handling your books. A quick question for you. What elements do you wield in particular then, book boy? Truly. Well, that's rather remarkable. All but light. Seems that you're the exact opposite of me. I can wield all but dark. Perhaps one day we may be able to wield these elements. Oh, do you study combat then? You do have quite the calluses. They're in the same areas as mine. I'm rather fond of sword fighting myself. I'm actually better at wielding a weapon over elemental magic, but I've got to study both. Actually, well, not to brag, but I've been told that I'm quite talented. And, well, I do hope that this isn't mere flattery, but my teacher tells me that I might even be better than my brother. Oh, yes, I do have a brother indeed. Just one. My only, well, immediate family left. He's off in the capital with his wife, Aera. He's an imperial knight, actually. Just like my father once was. Well, actually, it's my dream to become a knight someday. Just like my brother and Papa. I'll go to the capital and serve someone within the royal family. That's all I want. To continue the family legacy. Are you alright? You seemed rather perturbed. Is something wrong? Oh, Serenity, you're back. Perhaps it's just hunger that overwhelms you? Thank you. Just, give it here. No need. I will do it myself. You may excuse yourself if you'd like. No, please. You've been standing there all day, pacing back and forth. Your brother is sick, is he not? I know you must be worried. Go. Really, go tend to him. It's not much of a break, but if you were tending to him, perhaps it would take your mind off of your worries since you'd be with him. And go to the kitchen and get some of the soup, as well as some other snacks and food for the rest of your family in the living quarters, won't you? I know Auntie won't mind. She cares about you too. I shall call for you later tonight, but only for a short while so you can return to your family. Yes, thank you. Do say hello to them for me. Now, be off. Now, let's have you sit up. Yes? Let me help you. There. Are you feeling steady? Good. Huh? Oh, no. Just let me feed you. I worry you will not have any strength to even lift the spoon. And besides, a little bit of coddling will do you well. It's a chicken and rice soup. Nothing too special. It'll be easy to digest at the very least. Let me just blow on it for you. It can be rather hot. Open up. Careful. How is it? Not bad, right? I think it's pretty tasty even when you're not sick. Now, if you eat a couple more spoonsful of this, you'll be feeling better in no time at all. No. It's no problem at all. It just feels like I'm simply helping a friend, is all. Here. You know, my mama used to make this for me when I was sick too. It's all I can remember about her, really. But hers was a bit better than Wes's, though he's a fantastic cook in his own right. Sorry, just bringing up a silly old memory. Huh? Do you really want to know? Well, my mama, she was a caring woman. I was rather young, but I remember her being the most graceful and beautiful woman I'd ever seen. But I can no longer truly remember what she even looks like anymore. It is a shame, but I have portraits to look back on. Yeah, but even then, is that even what she truly looked like? I'm not sure. They surely hold no comparison to the real thing, though, if anything. I also remember, though, despite being a noble woman, she'd get into that kitchen and cook this up for me and my brother when we were sick, and, well, from the stories I've heard, all the staff argued against it, but she just wanted to cook for us. She was the sweetest woman, according to my father. I wish they were still here now. Oh, right. Well, as you can see, I'm not living with my papa either. Well, my aunt and uncle took me in after my papa died. He was lost to a blight whilst on a mission in the Targathon Gorge. Only a few years ago. No, I'm fine. Well, of course it pains me to think of him, but I really am well, and I've made my peace. I only miss him now. So, what of your own parents? If you can recall anything at all? Nothing? Well, no need to force yourself to remember anything. In the meantime, you will be living with us for a while. Auntie and Uncle welcome you wholeheartedly to this estate, and would gladly offer you a place to stay while you recover. Yes, it is no burden. They are good people, and would never turn away those in need. That is the decree of our patron goddess Elaysia, after all. Mercy and benevolence. Truly, it is fine. You need not worry or feel any sort of guilt. Besides, you are a friend to me now, even in the short time we have come to know one another. You are a kind soul, book boy. Have a little more. How's your stomach feeling now? A bit fuller, perhaps? Well, that's good to hear. I want you to be well. I was thinking, perhaps once you're fully recovered, if you shall be staying at our residence for a while, I would love it if you became my new sparring partner. Yeah, I'm sure of it. I might even best you. I have yet to know your true abilities, but I am pretty good, as Sir Curb tells me. But again, only when you are fully recovered. It wouldn't be very honorable otherwise, would it, if you weren't in tip-top shape? Anyway, Auntie will be glad to find me a new partner so that my elder cousin no longer has to bear the burden. He is a rather weak fellow who enjoys hitting the books more. But to each their own. I'm not sure why Auntie has him fighting me anyway. He clearly doesn't enjoy it and would be better suited to academia alone. Another spoonful? Suppose your appetite must be getting a little better. You know, my auntie has plenty more complaints about me, though. I'm not... Well, to describe myself, I'm not exactly the most feminine of people. Well, perhaps I may look it, but... well... Personality-wise, perhaps I'm not the most feminine of people. Though my auntie has another daughter, well, she's not quite ready for her debut yet. So, Auntie has been extra excited to doll me up and to prep me for being a proper lady. Again, I do not mind such things, but it does take quite the toll when you do all my other training in combination. Well, the dresses are quite pretty, and, well, dance lessons and proper etiquette are alright as well. But sometimes it does tucker me out more than my actual extensive physical training. But eventually, I suppose, I will be free of all such formalities. Well, as I've mentioned before, my dream is to become a knight, yes? In a few years' time, I will be headed off toward Targathon for my apprenticeship. My aunt and uncle insisted on placing me in school, but what I really want is to simply be thrust into the action. I will learn and adapt quickly. Well, yes. I can only imagine it will be difficult. But I want to learn from experience, not just staring at mere books. They are important as well, but I want combat experience. I want to protect the border. But, for now, I will continue my studies under Miss Tilly and Sir Curb till it is my time to leave the estate. Actually, in a few months' time, I will be having my official debut in society. It shall be the largest event in all the Empire, my auntie says. I have, well, been largely hidden away, so it will be quite the spectacle to finally present myself to the Empire. Oh? Well, my papa was the eldest son, and he had given up the title to my uncle for a simpler life with Mama. Well, I would also be, I think, fifth in line to the household, if my cousins have no children anyhow, and why it might be such a big deal that I'm debuting. But till then, I'll be practicing and practicing till I'm the pinnacle of perfection, which will surely be easy enough. Perhaps by then you shall be in attendance for my debut, if you're not gone already. Oh? Shall you spin me away on the dance floor? Well, perhaps I shall do you that honor. But first, you need to properly heal those broken legs of yours. Well, I can't wait till then to see how you'll impress me with your dances. But if you have found your family by then, please do keep in contact with me. I do enjoy your company. Thus far, anyhow. I do hope that, well, wherever you end up, you will be safe and happy, though. Do you remember at all why you left, or why you had to leave? No? Are you sure? Well, I will take your word for it. Regardless of what happens, please do rest easy for the time being whilst you are in the care of my family. Like I said, it is no trouble whatsoever. We are very glad to have you here with us. I'm glad to have you here with me. Though, that does remind me, I will visit you as often as I can, while you are still bedridden. My schedule is rather flexible, and I should like to keep you company whilst you are here. I will have to leave in a few moments' time, however, for another dress fitting. Oh, well, perhaps I shall show you some of my dresses, so that you may help me decide on what to wear. I'm quite dreadful at it. I suppose you will be of great help to me. Yes. I'm rather glad to have met you. Anyway, in the meantime, before I must leave... More soup?